Guys, this is Frequency AFX Traditional, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic, and that is the reason why man work. And my first point of explanation is going to be that a man works for his future happiness. So, let me just put a label on that. Number one. Alright, that's number one. The man works for his future happiness. Many of us lose motivation. Sometimes we don't even know why we need to work. And sometimes it's because we think beyond our current pace of residence. Our mind was programmed to do so. It was programmed to going into the future, getting information, and trying to process this information. Our mind does beyond that in the long run. We discovered that our mind has the capacity of projecting for us what we're going to be doing next. And people per se don't have motivation as to why they are working. Many people need motivation. Many people don't even know why they are working. That is why I'm making this video, because I've once been in that shoe where I didn't know why I was going to work. That is because the money was coming everywhere, and I was just starting up. I hadn't been able to save in 70,000 naira. As little as 70,000 naira in my bank account. I haven't sustained 50,000 naira in my bank account for at least 2 days. That was my state. But it's gonna change today, as I'll be sharing my experience on how I took away all of those mismatching psychologies. Okay? All of those things that made me not being able to making or having 50,000 naira inside of my bank account. I'm going to be talking about it today, and I'll be explaining to you how you can also do well in this situation. Of course, we're going to start from analyzing the type of work you're doing, how you're doing it, and when it's working for you. If you want to be successful, you need to know that it is a must that you work. If you do not want to work, then you most definitely will fall a victim of poverty. Poverty, being a sickness, can be overcome via many methods of trials for it to be overcome. Poverty is an enemy to a man. Poverty is default, but you need to change the settings. There's a button you need to tap on to change the settings of that pain called poverty that was just there. You didn't put it there, but it was the nature, because you were born with abilities, not disabilities. Your abilities are your resonates for survival, your skill for survival. You wanna survive stress? You wanna be happy? Then you need to overcome poverty by working hard. Otherwise, poverty will do its thing, make you sadder, and more hungrier. That's what poverty is intending to doing to any human being walking on the face of this earth. What can be done to overcoming poverty? Several ways, several means of actions to overcoming it. The first of which I'll suggest was a motivational quote I got from the billboard, a little piece of writing scripted by the school organization to motivate us, which said, work smart, not hard. If you are working hard and you're not working smart, tendency is that you are gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be frustrated because you're not working with intelligence. You got the motivation, but you don't know how to put it to work. That's a big disability. If you got a motivation, you've got to learn how to put it to work. Otherwise, it wouldn't work for you. The first principle of overcoming poverty is working smart and not hard. The hard work behind intelligence are easier than the hard works without intelligence. When you apply intelligence, everything merges together. It works automatically for you because there is a added factor behind your hustle, and that is intelligence, smartness, your activeness. You will achieve this by having your ear opened to instructions given from successful people who you might have applied to being under them. There are so many ways to find successful people all over the world, and there are so many free courses out there coming from this many successes out there. People with success in their lives. You learn from them and you become successful. So we have a tendency to being instructed. We wanted to work with smartness and not with the hardships that gets us frustrated. What I learned in life so far is that rich people live simple life, and many of them tell us their story. Dangote, one of my points of reference, said he started slow, he started low, he never gave up, continued in that same way till he prospered. This is an advice coming from a successful person. Now, who is the successful person we're going to be listening to start with, who are the people qualified enough to instruct us on what to do? If we talk about the people that we are to be listening to, we're talking about people we know we can trust. If there is somebody that can be trusted with his success or from his success, you can follow his steps and learn from him. But who is the person? Well, it can be anybody who has the proof to show that he is a success. Just needs a couple of reputation. Couple of reputation backing him up for it to be a proven factor that he is a success. Some proven realities about him. The internet should talk about him well. No bad reputations. You got good records all through the way. Such person could be imitated for a successful life. These points that has been made so far are coming from the number one point I just gave you, which is a man works for his future happiness. Do you want to be happy? Work. If you want working, you work smartly. And if you're working smartly, you learn smartly. When you're learning smartly, you're learning from the people who did it smartly. All this will lead to your future happiness. And we'll go straight to the number 2 point, which is a man works for the safety that's the number 2 points I'll be talking here about. So when we say a man is working to protect himself from future damages. This is beyond happiness. But safety comes before happiness. To be happy, you need to be safe. If you're not safe, you're not going to be happy. So how can working keep you in a safe space to avoid those damages that might come along the way? Working will assure your safety. We would go to a subtopic underneath this one that says a man works for his safety. That says, how does a man's work save him? Let's do that. Let me just subtopic that. Put it underline it, and it should say body subline. Okay, let's put it in a body, right? Alright, so in safety. How? If you want to talk about being safe, you talk about where you're staying, where you'd be if you were rich enough. Banking up money is a must to do priority. Utilizing every opportunity can assure your safety, because if you're not having money, your life is in danger. Or if not the money itself, the work itself can save you. You probably are working for somebody who has the insurance that is able to protecting you from certain damages. Look, when we talk about working here, we need to be specific about what we're working for. You now talk about the smartness behind work versus the hardness behind work. People tend to work for money more than they work for safety, and this is why a lot of people would not be willing to work for an organization that is successful. Instead, they want to start theirs. I recommend people to work for an organization that can assure your safety. They have all the experience and successful already. You can learn from them before you become your own boss. Not so many people are willing to learn a skill, and that is a bad thing. It's not a smart way. It's not a smart approach to working. You went ahead, you're struggling, you got the money, you want to start, but you do not know those pinpoints, those eat targets that you might be missing. You don't know. So you're working hard, but you're not working smart. And because you don't know, you're gonna fall into a troubling situation one day. You're gonna fall into a troubled situation that might lead to great losses and damages. Alright? It's not all about money. One ought to know that working will save him. If I had a boss who had a house, of course, a boss who has a servant does have a house. If she or he doesn't have a house, he's probably not qualified to be a boss, a master. You ought to be as rich enough as having this place. Maybe his insurance can cover you for that. You don't have a place, you get one. They're gonna care for you. Not all of them care for you. Anyways, but I don't know where you are in life right now. I don't know where you are in life. What I can assure you is that no matter where you are, as long as you're working smartly, doing the right thing, hitting yourself through instructions, there is a certain future for you. You work as smart as you can. You work as hard as you can. When being smart, and the results will be productive. If you understand this principle, your safety in life should be guaranteed. You're going to be insured because you know that you're working for your safety. Many people died of so many unsecured transactions they had in the past. And when you check this, you discover that the reason behind all of those damages were due to lack of properly managed information. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.